Hey everyone, welcome to 5 More Minutes, the show where two friends relive their childhoods or, in some cases, learn about everything they missed out on. I'm Kendra.
And I'm Scott.
Heck yeah, you are. Sometimes.
Sometimes that'll never get old.
Mm-hmm.
um, my turn for dumb jokes.
Yeah, bitch.
Here you go. What
Okay.
does garlic do when it gets hot?
Uh, um, I don't know.
It takes its cloves off.
Uh, I kept thinking of
Yeah,
like sizzling or something, and I was like, I know that's not it.
yeah. And we're getting closer to Christmas. How
We're getting
much does
clover
it?
to Christmas.
We're getting closer to Christmas. How much does it cost Santa to park his sleigh?
All of his jingle bells.
All of his bells. Nothing. It's on the house.
um, what if you don't
I
have a chimney?
don't know. Refer back to the Santa Claus where one just appears for you.
Oh yeah, I was trying to remember what happened in that.
Yeah. You just make your way down a pipe and something happens.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah. What do clouds wear?
Cover.
Thunderwear.
Oh, because like clouds cover the sun.
Yeah. So this there's something there. But
um,
anyways,
it made
yeah.
sense in my head. You
Rapid
know,
fire.
I'm really confused about if other people think I'm funny or if I've always been funny or if it's just because I'm more myself now. But all of my students think that I'm like absolutely hilarious, but I'm also like teaching them, and I just don't know
Yeah.
like how to like process. But they're like genuine. They're like, no, you're like actually funny, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, all right. Go work on your type five at the comedy club.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like I've wanted to do this as like a social experiment with like my sophomores because I feel like they're more gullible. Where I like write my um lesson as literally like stand up, but I think that would take more work than I already have, which is too much. So
Yeah, probably.
yeah, I assigned. So I'm teaching the same sophomore class again, like it's analysis, but it's different students. And so I decided to start them with like a 2 page double spaced essay where they analyze song lyrics just as like a pre-assessment because they write an analysis at the end on our book. And everyone was like, we don't assign enough writing. And I was like, no shit. So I gave them like 2.5 class days. And I'm the only person teaching this class, so no one else is comparing data with me. So it doesn't matter. I can kind of do whatever. And I gave them 2.5 days in class. It was due at like midnight last Friday. And one thing that Sarah and I, because she also teaches advanced, are like testing out is like specific requirements, like as a way to differentiate like advanced from the non-advanced.
Yeah.
So I gave them requirements, and it on the assignment sheet was like bolded and asterisk, and it was like if these aren't met, it'll be returned until you meet them. And there's 33 people. I think like um somewhere between 24 and 28 have turned it in. Some of them missed 1 or 2 days, so they didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
Um, and out of the ones that have been turned in, like 16 didn't meet the requirements, and most of them were because it was like a page and a half. Like
Oh.
it's not that hard to write 2 pages, you know?
You're almost there. Page and a
Yeah,
half.
and like I don't know. So I have like a bunch to give back, and I don't want to spend another day doing it. So I'm pretty much just going to give them back and be like, you need to turn this in by the end of the week, and that's
Do
it.
it.
But
Nice.
yeah. And then some of them didn't do it in the right format, like MLA, even though I literally showed them how in Word it has templates.
Oh,
Like
right.
twice. I was like, you open a document. This is how you do it online. This is how you do it on the desktop app. You click on file, you click on new, and it's right there. It's suggested. It says MLA style research paper.
Right.
Yeah. Because I made
And
that one
they're
of the
like,
requirements too.
what is that?
Yeah,
Well,
because apparently we don't make it like a department thing where everyone in ninth grade English and everyone in 10th grade English is like teaching it. And then people were like, well, people have like different interpretations of it. And I was like, no, like MLA is like one thing. Like there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
yeah. There's only one way.
Yeah. Oh, also, do you see this like kind of scratch on my face?
Not
It's hard
really.
to see on the camera. Well, I had makeup on earlier.
I see like one little spot.
Yeah, so I bought a mirror, like one of those ones that you put on a door. It was like $10 from Fred Meyer's.
Yeah.
And it was when I was driving my mom's car, and I like estimated, underestimated, or overestimated or something, like how it was gonna fit in the back seat, and I like scratched my whole face on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why were you driving her car?
Because the guy took like a full day to do my brakes.
Oh.
That's how come did you test your doors? That's how come I was talking about that.
No.
You didn't try it?
No, I didn't. Mm-mm.
But it, like, you literally just like grab it and then you can pull it open. It unlocks.
Yeah.
But like, you didn't know that it did that?
I didn't know that one specifically did that. I've had cars that have done it.
Like what?
I do that. Mazda 6 did it. It had a little button on there. You just put your thumb over.
But you don't even have to press a button.
Well, you didn't have to press that either. You just
Oh,
put your thumb on it, you know?
I was like, I'm pretty sure if you have a TRD, for sure, like, has it.
Probably.
But that's what the thing I circled and sent to you was, because then I was like, I have to investigate this. But like, my guy, when I got my truck, like, showed me all that stuff. So I guess if like your guy doesn't show you that, then you don't necessarily know that it does it.
Yeah.
Blame your guy.
I'm sure it probably does.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I showed you. Standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was life changing because I never had to get my keys out of my pocket or wherever they were, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Just leave them in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any exciting tales? Memphis hair on my microphone.
Not really.
Oh.
I just keep buying shoes and it's a problem, you know?
Oh.
So my collection is ever growing.
Which other ones did you get?
A couple. Well, I got those ones. And then I got another pair from an auction. I got some of the black canvas 4s. But I did sell the Yeezy foam runners.
Nice.
And what I sold Yeezy 450s last week. So I'm kind of putting them out as quick as they're coming in.
I'm waiting until another month. I really like those burgundy Air Maxes, and I actually wear my Air Maxes a lot, so I feel like I'd probably wear those more. But yeah, I also I want to get another pair of Jordan 1s that I actually like can wear more, because I just can't wear those ones that much. And like something that's more neutral.
Isn't our email 5moreminutespod@gmail.com?
Yeah.
Dude,
FIBE.
it won't let me log into Twitter on my other computer, and I don't know why.
That's weird.
It's the most annoying shit. Twitter is so annoying.
Yeah, I don't really use it.
Yeah, but that's besides the point.
But there's gonna be some. I mean, I probably won't get these because it will suck. But there's supposed to be some like white cement Jordan 3s next year, and I think I could rock those. And those are also supposed to be really comfortable. So
yeah, those are gonna be super hyped up too.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck.
Yeah. I don't know. I have too many shoes. I don't even have that many actually, but
I definitely got too many. I'm running out of places to put them.
Like, I like the bunch of the ones coming out this month. Like, I like them. I just probably won't get any. I think the ones I like the most are the burgundy Air Maxes, though.
Yeah. Burgundy. It's a good color.
Yeah, they added some stuff in there today too. But anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, any Hoosers, what's going on?
You mean with my episode?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I still didn't make the D&D notes I was going to, but I thought that I would talk about Shenron because it was easier. Because I'm still on that dragon shit, you know?
On that dragon shit. Nice.
Hell yeah, man. And I mean, obviously, I've seen like 6 episodes of Dragon Ball and some of the Dragon Ball Z abridged, and that's about it. But that's more knowledge than some people. So
yeah,
bitchers can't be choosers.
Bitchers can't be choosers. Yeah, I suppose you're right.
It totally makes sense. Don't question it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, bitch. Anyways, how much do you know about Shenron?
I mean, outside of Dragon Ball, nothing. So pretty much anything within that show, I know about.
Well,
But
most of this is all about Shenron in the show.
oh, in Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah, I know some.
Yeah. And I found, well, there's too many appearances to talk about. For later, I have 15 bonkers facts about Dragon Ball Dragons that only real fans know, so we can see how you stack
Bonkers.
up against those
Oh,
real fans.
real fans. Oh no, I'm
And
gonna
then
be
I
put on the
also
spot.
have 6 things you might not know about Shenron.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
spicy.
Bitch. Okay. So, Shenron, which in Chinese is Shenlong. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
pronounced that way, but it literally means dragon god.
Ooh,
So Shenron, if you're new here, which I am, hi, is a magical wish-granting dragon that obviously debuted in Dragon Ball. Shenron is summoned by the Dragon Balls.
all of the balls.
All 7 of the balls, or there's more than 7 technically, I guess, right?
There are
There's like
other
different
sets.
sets of 7.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I know things.
And they're not even of 7 though.
Oh.
Yep.
The other sets have less or more?
Some, like I know there's in the newest chapters, there's one that only has like 2 or 3.
Bitch, that's
So,
easy.
it's easy, but apparently that dragon can only grant like lower level wishes. So
Is it still a Shenron or is it different? Because I have
they
some
name them
information
different
about
things
that.
because the Namekian dragon is named Purunga.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And his balls are massive.
Heck yeah. Shenron was, we love massive balls. Shenron was originally created by the god of Earth. Years later, he would be recreated by Dende after Piccolo and God fused into one entity.
Yeah.
Shenron has appeared in every series of Dragon Ball to date and has always been called upon by the Dragon Team in times of peril in the hopes of using his powers to fix the damage done to the planet or people. Seems like a lot of the damage is to the people, but
yeah, generally.
what do I know?
A lot of dead people.
Shenron Ron. This is just overview. Alongside the Dragon Balls, were initially created by God to inspire the humans on planet Earth and give them hope. Because everyone puts their hope in balls.
Of course.
That also should be on a shirt. We should make merch. I don't know if anyone would buy it, but maybe we could get some random hits on the internet.
There you go. Just get a viral shirt.
I'll write that down when I edit.
Nice.
That's my note to myself. If you forgot, pause and go back, because sometimes when I edit, I get bored if nothing is happening for me to edit out, and I get on my phone and just listen to it and wait to press pause because I'm too anal to not listen to the whole episode. But usually, unless I say something stupid or you sniffle a lot, there's not that much for me to edit.
Yeah.
So. And sometimes
makes
you
sense.
sniffle more than other times. So it just,
mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I sniffle too. When we're both sniffling, that's when it takes a long time to edit.
That's bad.
There was like a couple episodes, like when my allergies were bad, where I was like, oh boy, this is a lot, because I hate that. Anyways, I feel like our editing job is pretty good for not making money, so you should support the podcast.
Yeah, support us.
Because I listen to other podcasts that make money, and I'm like, whew, I would have edited that bitch out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of those.
And I, probably the podcast I've listened to the most besides And That's Why We Drink, which is also edited pretty good, is Not Another D&D podcast, and Murph edits that, and he edits out like all of the stuff, like dice rolling, like them taking forever to count. I'm a little bit less anal than I was, but I am more anal about the noises.
Yeah.
Except for the times when the audio has been weird and then I can't really. So
there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. Anyways, you should support our podcast.
Exactly.
Before the start of the series, Shenron was summoned and the person who made a wish became king, apparently. I skipped a line also. Much to God's regret, the humans later came to abuse the power that the Dragon Balls gave them, using it for their own personal gain. And then Shenron was summoned and the person who made a wish became king before the start of the series. Okay, so this is a creation of Shenron, like from pen to screen or whatever.
Gotcha.
So according to Akira Toriyama in an interview from the 30th anniversary Dragon Ball Choshishu Super History book, I don't know how to say
Yeah.
Chinese words, so I apologize.
Close enough.
I'm American. And I mean that in a bad way. Shenron was based on the Eastern dragon. And I think I probably talked about some of those dragons in the first episode on dragons, which was like 70 or somewhere between 69 and 71. The Eastern Chinese dragon. However, Shenron's design would have ended up more complex in Toriyama's liking if he'd drawn an Eastern dragon as they appear, due to things like fur.
No, true.
Furry dragon. So he combined aspects of Eastern and Western dragons to make Shenron. And I feel like I also, and maybe this is somewhere else, where it seemed like Shenron's appearance like transformed a little bit.
Or what do you mean?
I don't know. I thought there was one where he was like way more intense. But anyways, also what happened to my paragraph where it literally says what he looks like? Oh, down there. Never mind. Oh well.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But also, Shenron's original incarnation in Dragon Boy, which is before Dragon Ball. Do you know about Dragon Boy?
Is that like kind of what he drafted first?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a published thing. So, Dragon Boy is a 2-chapter manga by Toriyama that ran originally from June 19th to September 22nd of 1983. So when we were -8. In the August and October 1983 issues of Fresh Jump. It was later released in Toriyama's Manga Theater Volume 2, first published in 1988. Dragon Boy is best known for being a prototype for Dragon Ball, which began the next year in 1984. So Dragon Boy features the adventures of a boy named Tang Tong and an unlikely ragtag group who go on a journey to the Flower Country. It's 45 pages long, and it combines the comedic style of Toriyama's successful Dr. Slump series with a more action-oriented plot, and plays
Yes.
it's like how do I say this? It's like what am I trying to say? So it's like giving credit, but that's the wrong word, but whatever, to Jackie Chan. So it's like
Homage.
Yeah, that's probably the word that I couldn't figure out in my brain. Okay. Yeah, that's the right word.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why it took me so long to try to process that, but my brain couldn't find that word in my dictionary of words.
Sometimes stuff.
Yeah. So, listen, I teach. I'm tired. So, anyways, Toriyama noted that his goal for this series was to tell an unconventional, Jesus Christ, an unconventional and contradictory story. So, like Dragon Ball, it's mainly based on the Chinese story Journey to the West, which I think I said we should read once. And also, I feel like since this manga is only 45 pages long, we should try to find copies of it because I could read that much.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be down.
Yeah. So several elements from the story were later reused in Dragon Ball, in the first 13 chapters, more specifically. So the martial arts theme and the general atmosphere are kind of the two main things. And Dragon Boy even had its own version of the Dragon Ball artifacts. However, in this incarnation, the Dragon Balls produce small dragons when hit with an energy blast. And instead of Dragon Balls, they were called Dragon Jewels.
Dragon Jewel.
Yeah. And in this, let's see, CC, they actually were pretty useless, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the Dragon Jewel is an artifact. When infused with ki, it becomes a small dragon. And I have a link of what the small dragon looks like. I will send it in the chat, bitch.
Little dragon.
Yeah, it literally looks like kind of a miniature version of Shenron. It's got like
yeah,
the little like antler things and
yep.
The 4 legs. I don't know if he has eyebrows like that or not, but
kind of.
Yeah, so that's where Shenron was born, I guess.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Like it'd be kind of cool to have like a little dragon that was like actually a dragon instead of like a Komodo dragon, which I feel like is more of a lizard.
Yes, true.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try to search for Dragon Boy on like eBay or something. You can buy like, I mean, you could buy like Akira Toriyama's manga theater, but that's a whole bunch of manga.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Shenron.
Shenron.
So his appearance and personality. Shenron is depicted as a traditional Chinese dragon, but like we mentioned, a combination of Eastern and Western. So he has a long serpentine dragon body with 2 sets of legs. Honestly, he's pretty similar to my little 3D printed one. Pretty sure this is a Chinese dragon, anyways.
Yeah.
So, pretty similar to this. Has the little antlers.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. Probably slithers around like
a snake.
Too. Yeah. But he has no wings. He's covered in thick green scales, and his body could kind of be considered one long tail. He possesses vivid red eyes which glow when granting a wish, a long snout, fur on his cheeks that resembles hair, and long flowing whiskers. And then his large stag antlers, which are perched atop his head, and his underbelly is yellow. Losing my ability to speak, and I didn't even smoke weed this time.
That's all right.
Yeah. Shenron's size is huge. He's big. He's a big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah. While coiled, his body is roughly the size of the castle of God. Apparently. Shenron is among the largest creatures shown in Dragon Ball. Bigger than even most dinosaurs. Are there dinosaurs in Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bitch. But he never appears to fully stretch out his body in the manga. So it's not known exactly how long he is. Maybe he could wrap himself around the earth. We don't know.
He might be able to.
In the Castle of God, Mr. Popo keeps a model of Shenron identical to the dragon but miniature. The appearance of the model changes to reflect Shenron's own state. If he's been destroyed, the model will break, but it can be mended. And I couldn't really find a lot of information on the Castle of God, so I was a little bit confused about that. And I also can't remember which one Mr. Popo is.
I mean, are they calling the Castle of God like Kami's Outlook?
I don't know. It was on the Dragon Ball wiki. Oh, that's Mr. Popo. I forgot. He's the weird looking guy.
He's the black one.
Well, but he looks funny.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't look like a normal person.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Castle of God is like a floating island thing.
And it's like the big half dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They just call it Kami's Outlook in the thing.
The structure is the home of all the gods that preside over planet Earth. Wait, how many gods are there in Dragon Ball?
Just one for Earth.
Is it just saying that they've all lived there?
Yeah.
I see.
Whatever the current one is.
Shenron has been repeatedly shown to be temperamental. He's hot, then he's cold. He's yes, and he's no.
Sometimes.
In then out and up and then down, and sometimes they fight and break up. But If you don't know that song, have you even ever heard of Katy Perry?
Wow. They clearly haven't.
Yeah. So Shenron lacks patience and kindness. And when summoned, he can grow impatient if a wish is not made within a short amount of time. He's like, "Hello, I'm here for a reason. Can you get me that job, bitch?"
Yeah.
But usually, if he threatens, they're empty threats. He's not gonna bite you in half or whatever.
Murder.
Yeah, even when a wish could potentially place his own planet in jeopardy, he will grant it if it is within his power. And we'll talk about his powers in a bit, but he's also described here as being aloof, having an aloof demeanor. Ludicrous wishes are capable of shocking him. And it says an example, which I don't know this, but it says that Oolong wished for panties.
True
which
facts.
Is apparently the first wish Or is this just another example? Is
No,
that the
that's like
first
the
wish
first. Yeah.
in like normal Dragon Ball?
Yep.
Shenron was as surprised as everyone, apparently. And harsh words also draw Shenron's ire. He dislikes summoners who are arrogant and order him around while making wishes. Which, I mean, yeah.
Makes sense.
He's kind of like the genie from Aladdin, but a dragon, and more composed in a somewhat aggressive way. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, heard it here first.
Yeah. They are the same person. You just can't fit a dragon in a bottle. I don't know. A lamp, whatever. What is it?
A genie in the lamp? Yeah. Magic lamp. Mm-hmm.
But why is it a lamp? Because it looks kind of like a teapot.
Well, they used to put oil in there, and then it would have like a little, like a wick.
I don't know. Not really convinced about that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Anyways. So, who's Beerus? The god of
Beerus is the god
destruction.
of destruction. Yep.
What does he destruct?
Anything that needs destroying. Sometimes he'll go wipe out whole planets because he likes to destroy things.
What is kowtowing?
What?
Or kowtowing? I don't know. That's what it says. Kowtowing.
Oh, isn't that like, I don't know. Read it for me in a sentence.
It says Shenron immediately began kowtowing to the god, immediately fulfilling his request to hear information about the Super Saiyan god.
Yeah, so when you kowtow, he like cowers before Beerus because Beerus is like a stronger entity.
Oh, it's Beerus, not Beerus.
Yeah.
That's an actual word. I feel like I should know, but I don't.
And I typed it in. And it says kneel and touch the ground with the forehead in worship or submission as part of Chinese custom. So there you go.
An excessively subservient manner. Okay. And then he departs in fear without granting any further wishes. So he'd be scared out of his bejeebers, out of his panties.
Beerus is scurry.
Okay, so his ability is to grant wishes, obviously. Shenron has the power to grant wishes to those who summon him. Initially, he was only capable of granting the summoner one wish, but when he was recreated by Dende, the limit was boosted from one wish to 3 wishes, which is the same as Porunga. Don't know who that is.
The Namekian dragon.
Shenron can only grant 2 wishes if he has to revive a significantly large amount of people. Shenron is bound to his creator. If his creator dies, he will die as well, turning the Dragon Balls to stone. Do you think they would keep their stars?
They do not.
How do you know?
Because I've seen the show.
Whatever, bitch.
I've seen him turn to stone.
Does he die?
At one point, Kami dies. Yeah.
Oh.
So when he's dead, the Dragon Balls die with him. That's why Dende has to make more.
Right. I think I know about that. You've talked about it.
Oh, for sure.
Shenron cannot grant a wish that would surpass the power of the Namekian who created him. Apparently. Even though Shenron says that there are no limits, which is contradictory. Yeah,
there are definitely limits in the show.
Bitches got limits,
Yeah.
He's also only capable of granting a partial amount of normal wishes after his upgrade, apparently. So, if less than the full amount of wishes are required, he will depart and scatter the Dragon Balls across the globe. In this instance, they will become stone for only 4 months. After this, they can be gathered again and utilize the remaining wishes before the Dragon Balls depart once again. That makes sense. So if you only do 1, then you can find them in 4 months and do 2.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to wait a full year.
Yeah. That means you can only die on the same day. Shenron can bestow any wish as long as it does not exceed the power of his creator. I think I may have already said that. He is unable to restore life to those that have died because of old age, sickness, or any other natural deaths, but not stupid deaths from
dumb death.
Yeah. In the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, it is revealed that Shenron cannot grant the same wish more than once. So bringing back those from the dead that have been killed before. And he also cannot grant a wish to defeat or kill a living being that surpasses the power of his creator. So
So he couldn't kill the god of destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I have, well, this is just a lot. Obviously on here there's like all of his appearances, which is just like too many to even talk about.
There are many.
Because there's lots of sagas, you know? There's apparently the Emperor Pilaf saga, there's Fortune Teller, oh yeah, Baba saga, King Piccolo saga, Piccolo Jr. saga, Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, the Majin Buu saga, Gods of the Universe saga, Gods of Destruction, Beerus saga, Golden Frieza saga, Universe 6 saga, Future Trunks saga, Broly saga, Prison Planet saga, Shadow Dragon saga. That's all the list on here. That's a lot of sagas.
There's a lot. There's some spin-offs you listed in there. Like some Broly saga was like movies, and then Shadow Dragon saga is GT, which is kind of not.
It says that the Broly saga is in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, well, that just hasn't been.
And then there's movie appearances: Curse of the Blood Rubies, Mystical Adventure, The Path to Power, Dead Zone, The World's Strongest, The Tree of Might, Lord Slug, Broly, Second Coming, Fusion Reborn, Wrath of the Dragon, Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Broly, Superhero, and A Hero's Legacy.
There you go. There's a lot of movies.
What's Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F? That's a movie?
That's when Frieza is brought back to life.
Are these like spin-offs or movies?
Movies.
So like movies based on Dragon Ball Z or what?
Based on, they are Dragon Ball Z
but like
movies.
A spin-off of like the series, but not like taking place in the series.
Right.
That's
except for Resurrection F is technically in the series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Are there any particular Shenron, experiences that you like?
Well, I mean the one you mentioned with the panties thing was pretty funny because the dragon got all embarrassed and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" basically. And then the extremes are always interesting because then all of a sudden when Beerus shows up, you don't really know how powerful he is, and then when the dragon like cowers before him, you're like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Something's going on.
Oh, so, Beerus is the cat-looking person?
Yeah, the purple cat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Is that in any of the stuff I've watched or no?
No, that's pretty new.
I've just seen pictures of this person. Yeah. He's not a person really, but
no.
He looks kind of like one of those like Egyptian cat things from like the pyramids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Anubis or whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot on this laptop, I get my text messages on it. It just freaked me out. I was like, what just popped up?
Oh, yeah. I do, but only when they're from other iPhone users. So it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Is yours only from Samsung users?
That's a good question. I don't know. You try to send me something.
I'm gonna text you.
Experiment.
We love experimenting.
Bob. Beep, burp. Yep, it popped up.
Wow.
Bitch.
Mine will like sync them every once in a while. So like if I open my messages, it'll be like synced with all the messages, but I won't get like I can't like message back and forth from like my messages app.
Yeah.
Anyways, Warrior of the Demon Realm saga from Xenoverse 2.
That's a video game.
Oh, that's why it's in the internet section.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, I'm gonna go through the 15, or let's start with the Shenron focused one first. So 6 things you might not know about Shenron.
Oh, okay.
This is from Gamer Rant.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. His design has changed over the course of the series. So apparently his body used to be completely green, with the only diversity really being in his face, but as Dragon Ball evolved, his design also changed. I don't know if that's probably just in the manga. I'm not sure, but his belly didn't used to be yellow either.
Gotcha.
It was to make him look more visually impressive.
Makes sense.
He's been killed twice in the timeline, so spoilers if you didn't know that. So obviously the one we talked about, or no, that's not him dying. Wait, or does that count when Kami dies? Does that count?
I'm not sure if by their rules it counts.
The first one when King Piccolo kills Shenron after gaining immortality. And the second time Shenron is killed by Toa, a unique character who has been mainly present in the Xenoverse series.
What? Oh, so it's not even in the show?
Yeah, I guess it's just overall in general.
Oh, well, it could mean anything then.
Yeah. He was created by Mr. Popo and given life by Kami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says a lot of people don't know this because of Dragon Ball Z being more intense, I think, probably than Dragon Ball. So in Dragon Ball, it's revealed that Mr. Popo created a statue of Shenron that was given life by Kami. And Shenron's link to this craftsmanship is so strong that this statue shattered after King Piccolo killed Shenron. So I'm assuming that's the thing that I was talking about. That's like
it is. Yeah.
He can't maintain his physical form for too long. If he's summoned for too long, it tests his patience.
True.
And they think it's just a character quirk of dragons. But he has a limited amount of time for which he can maintain his physical presence, and the longer he stays out of the Dragon Balls, the more strain he has to bear in his physical form. So, does that mean that he's like 7 semi-conscious beings in a ball?
I guess so. I mean, when you do put them all together, they like all the light in them connects, and then he comes out of all of them.
Wouldn't that be more painful than being a dragon?
Hey, we don't make the rules.
It says that only the threat of Beerus can convince Shenron to stay out of the Dragon Balls for long, which apparently serves as a segue into the next point. Beerus is the only entity to have scared Shenron. So apparently in Dragon Ball Super is when this happens.
That's when Beerus shows up. Yep.
Yeah. And he strives to maintain his holier than thou facade in front of a character that frightens him to the very core, and apparently it is fantastic to witness.
That's a little dramatic, but
it makes Shenron seem less one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Gamer Rant.
Ritwick Mitra.
Bitwick?
Ritwick.
Ritwick.
I don't know if that's a name or a
gamer tag.
Well, it's Ritwick Mitra.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Games, music, TV shows, movies, and a little bit of everything else.
All right.
Okay. So then that brings us to number 1 on this 6 things you may not know. He sealed the Dragon Balls in Goku's body after the events of Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah. See, that's where things get a little muddy because everyone says GT is not a true part of the storyline. It's like a spin-off series that is pretty hated. I mean, I didn't mind it, but people didn't really like it.
So it's kind of like in the Marvel metaverse.
Kinda, but even like, because that was took by a different developer. They got like, permission to do it, but it was not made by Akira Toriyama. So it's not like in the direct storyline. And it's kind of thrown away now because it took place after Z, but that was before Super was around, and now Super picked up right after Z, so now it's like a split timeline that doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Yeah. Discredited.
Dragon Ball Gran Turismo.
Grand Tour, but yeah.
Well, no, Gran Turismo is a thing too.
Well, doesn't it mean the same thing though?
I don't know.
I think Gran Turismo and Grand Tour are like the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Porsche Vision Gran Turismo is unmistakably a Porsche.
Good to know. Thanks.
Maybe it's Dragon Ball Gran Torino.
I don't think so.
You don't
You
think it's
never
the
know, though.
same? It doesn't have Clint Eastwood in it?
Not
He
not
doesn't
last time I
play an
checked.
old and aging Goku?
It's just an ancient, decrepit Goku.
That's like the movie that needs to be made. Clint
Oh
Eastwood
god.
stars as Goku.
Oh man, I think Dragon Ball fans would like riot.
How old is Clint Eastwood?
He's got to be like 93, right?
Clint 92. That's pretty close, man.
I'm pretty close. Pretty
Yeah.
close. He's still kicking though. He's
Harrison
living
Ford
life.
is 80 and they're making Indiana Jones 5. Do you think it's going to have a send off? I was curious about that because I saw it announced the other day.
Maybe, I don't know, but
The
they
Dial
apparently they
of
made him
Destiny.
look young again with CGI. So
Well, young, but not like that young. But
right,
because you got to have him a send off before he dies, you know?
yeah. Before he truly retires,
When
he's
was
gonna
he?
have to.
This is really off track. We share the same birthday, me and
Ooh,
Harrison Ford, I think. Is that
look at
right?
that.
It's been 41 years since the first Indiana Jones movie came out. He
Pretty
was just a
wild.
young buck, you know?
Oh yeah.
A real young buck, you know what I'm saying?
But even then, he wasn't that young. If you're saying 41, he was 39 then.
Yeah. Well, when they filmed, though, he's probably like 37, 38.
Sure.
Yeah. Harrison Ford has the same birthday as me, Patrick Stewart,
Wow.
some other people, but that's some real good actors there, you know?
Some
Professor X and
esteemed
Indiana
company.
Jones. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so let's look really quickly at the 15 bonkers facts. I have some trivia too from the websites. I just wasn't sure what was going to be in these. I didn't look at these yet.
Snap.
Bitch. Okay. 15 bonkers facts about this is just about dragons in general.
Bonkers.
Yeah. So apparently just the origin of the dragons and Dragon Balls is a bonkers fact. So it says that the Super Dragon Balls as well as Super Shenron were created by the dragon god Zamala, and there isn't much known about Zamala.
Yeah.
Zalama? Zalama, maybe.
Sure.
Is that different? Is Super Shenron different than Shen?
Yeah. Super Shenron is summoned in the Tournament of Power. It is a Dragon Ball set that goes across all galaxies. So it's obviously hard to find them all. And the Dragon Balls are as big as like small planets.
Mm-hmm. It says that was the first dragon created. And there's more universes.
Yeah, there are
Universe
13.
6 and Universe 7. Are they all like different versions, just like Earth 8, Earth 37? Or are they
kind of the ones that add to 13 are. So like 6 and 7 are pretty close. There's like Saiyans in both of them. There's like similar races, but they're obviously different. And then like 1 and 12 would be parallels, and 2 and 11, so forth.
It also says that the Namekians copied the Dragon Balls to create their own wish granting deity. And let's see. They shaved off pieces of planet of the Super Dragon Balls to form their own Dragon Balls.
There you go.
And then after doing this, Grand Elder Guru used his magic to create Porunga and seal/connect his power to the Namekian Dragon Balls. Kami's balls. It says dragon. I just wanted to say balls.
Yeah.
And this is the final set that we know of, apparently, which were Earths, which summoned Shenron. And funnily enough, the order in which the dragons were created was the reverse of the order that they were introduced. So that's interesting.
Right.
After the nameless Namekian traveled to Earth, he eventually studied under and succeeded the planet's guardian, doing so by splitting himself in two, forming Kami and King Piccolo, which we should all know. Come on now. Yeah. And so Kami decided to create Dragon Balls like those on his home planet, using his magical abilities and creating Shenron in the process, or giving life to Shenron, I guess. But it's never actually revealed how he did this and whether it was through magic or using leftover Dragon Ball shavings.
Mm-hmm. And this must be a little old, but there is a fourth one now in the manga that's summoned with 2 Dragon Balls. Like
this
I was
was
mentioning.
published in 2018 by Sean Aitchison on CBR.com.
CBR.
No two dragons or their balls have the exact same look or summoning rituals. Apparently, you say arise Shenron or some variation.
Yeah.
This it changes based on the dub, not the dub like the win.
Right.
Let's see. Life ties. The dragons of Dragon Ball have quite a few things in common. Blah 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 blah. Each dragon's life, as well as the power of the Dragon Balls that summon them, is tied to the person that created them. We know that. This isn't bonkers facts. We just read all this on the wiki.
Bonkers, dude.
Yeah. Shenron is known as the Eternal Dragon, which is a pretty inaccurate title, I guess. Which makes sense because he's been killed. But immortal might mean more than just cannot die of old age, apparently. So, if anything, Shenron's eternal title might just refer to the fact that he doesn't visibly age, or maybe it's just a formality. Like instead of elder, it's eternal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it was Elder Shenron? I've been listening to more
Elder.
Mormon Stories podcasts, so I'm kind of in the
Elder.
yeah, I'm in the elder phase.
Nice.
Power limits, which we already talked about. This is not bonkers. We've talked about power limits, rules and regulations. No,
not bonkers. That's for sure.
The other connection between Shenron and Shenlong is storms. Shenlong brought storms whenever he was angered or offended, so referring to like the Chinese dragon. And Shenron sort of does the same. I guess I could have looked more into Shenlong, but there was just a lot about Shenron in general. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe sometime we should compare them. Only the Z fighters, families, and some villains know about the dragons. Journey to the center of the earth. Interesting. Where do the dragons go when they are not granting wishes? Based on what it looks like when they are summoned, the most logical answer would be that their energy is stored in the balls, and they only exist when all the energy is brought together. However, the mythology and legend surrounding Earth Dragon's balls, actually have another explanation for where Shenron lives. So it is said that Shenron lives at the center of Earth's core when he is not granting wishes, waiting and sleeping there until he is summoned.
There you go.
And he's summoned through a portal that the Dragon Balls create, which is better than having your existence be broken up into 7 pieces.
Makes sense.
Apparently, Ford tried to relate to all the nerds and sell them cars with an ad. And the ads consisted of overdubbing an anime with the actual English voice actors to make the scene about the Ford Focus. And this had Porunga in it. And the 2 anime used were Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. So I feel like we should investigate this some other time.
Interesting.
And they used Porunga for one of the ads. So,
all right.
They used a scene with Krillin and Gohan gathering the Namekian Dragon Balls and summoning Porunga. So we should look into that or something.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's not. There's non-canon dragons also.
GT.
Yeah. Gran Torino.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of all the bonkers facts. Some of them weren't bonkers, so I skipped them. But
you get what you get.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add about Shenron or Dragon Ball Z dragons?
I don't think so. I mentioned there's a new one, so who knows how many there truly are out there.
17 and a half.
A half? What's going on with that guy?
He's in the process of being put together.
Oh, he's just not built yet.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a robot dragon.
Oh hell yeah, bitch! A cyborg dragon, a cyborgan.
There's races that are metal men in Dragon Ball, so they're basically just robots. So why not?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna cover next. Maybe more dragon stuff. Maybe I'll take a break. I don't know.
Maybe more dragon stuff. Didn't you say you had some kind of trivia or something?
Oh yeah, but then I looked at it and it was all the stuff we just talked about. It was like trivia, like fun fact trivia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Heck yeah.
So what, for the true Dragon Ball nerd, it was only about Shenron?
What do you mean?
Didn't you say it was like trivia for hardcore fans?
Oh, yeah, that was the first thing, or the 15 bonkers one, where like half of it was information that I had already gone over.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, and I think
guess you're
I think
hardcore.
you knew most of it, so
Yeah,
I know all about Shenron now. Quiz me,
Now you do.
bitches. No, don't actually. But yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna talk about next time?
That's a good question because I've got caught up on God of War now. So
Yeah.
I did play a decent chunk yesterday, and it's pretty good. The new one, Ragnarok.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
fun time.
bitch. And we're gonna hit the clubs this weekend. We're gonna go to the casino, earn some big bucks.
So many clubs around here.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we can wrap up.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be a mystery what we cover next. Tune in.
Find the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb. You can send us an email to 5FIVE more minutes pod@gmail.com. You can find us on our socials at 5 the number 5 MMPOD. You can use the hashtag 5MMPOD. You can find us wherever you get your podcast. Download the episodes, leave us a rating and a review, share us with your friends and family, your friends who are your family, and your family who's more like friends and family. Peace out, bitches.
We'll clock in next time, and until then, screw you, Twitter.
Oh, god dang it. Can you say that again? I accidentally pressed that. I didn't mean to.
Until then, screw you, Twitter, because you won't let me log into my account. Our account.
Yeah.
Dick.
Bitch. Bye.
All right.